Hello guys and welcome to the video. This is for patch 264 for season 16 for the Witch Doctor class. Guys, this is classic Helltooth Gargantuan updated for the new patch and season, okay? Those watching this video, and remember this video is Nintendo Switch and console friendly. As long as you are patched to 264, you can do this exact build for season 16. Because of the buff, we get a free Royal Ring of Grandeur buff, which reduces sets by 1 piece. So you don't have to wear 5 pieces now, which is great. Remember, it only works on season 16, guys. Lovely. Okay, guys, so what is Helltooth? Helltooth Garg. Basically, Helltooth Garg is a classic pet Witch Doctor build, extremely popular. All the DPS revolves around the cold gargantuans, the cold gargs, basically. And some zombie dogs here will keep us alive as well. Loads and loads of healing. It's a very, very cool build. We've been playing this build for a long, long time. Okay, guys, so the main thing that changes with this build for the new patch and season is basically we've added a CoE, okay, which ramps the DPS of this build right through the roof. Much, much, much better. But before we go over the gear, we'll quickly go over the set bonus first. Okay guys, so Helltooth set now. Okay, so 2 set bonus now is 3000 damage over 10 seconds. To be honest, it's not really there for DPS. This needs to be changed. But it applies necrosis, which basically slows your targets, okay? That's the main thing about it. So when your Wall of Death is down like this, your pets will proc necrosis, okay? And they will basically snare the targets, and that will proc your Bane the Trapped for your big DPS bonus. So it's very, very important. Okay, 4 set bonus. After applying necrosis to an enemy, you take 60% reduced damage for 10 seconds. So as your pets are whacking the enemies, remember the Gargantuans do the Ric Flair cleave, baby. Woo! All the time. They're going to be doing 60% less damage to you. Okay. This is most of the time a close range build anyway, so don't worry, the damage reduction should be up most of the time, hopefully. 6 piece bonus. After casting Wall of Death, which is this skill here, anything hit by this ring here, would deal 25% less damage for 3 seconds as well, which is kind of nice. So aim for the outer ring on the Rift Guardian. If the mobs are inside the ring, they won't be taking no damage, okay? So I need the outer ring. Also, you can use this to break doors as well. Okay, so basically guys, when you cast this, it will activate your 6 piece bonus, then all your pets, your zombie dogs, and most importantly your gargantuans will be doing 9000 weapon damage, okay? It's huge. It's a big buff. I don't know Jay Wilson on this. Wallop. Lovely. Okay, so let's go for gear then. You want to be using second halves of the guys for 10 stacks of soul harvest, so that way your Language Rune here gives you huge armor boost, okay? And also this will buff your Lacumba's Ornament Bracer as well for 60% damage reduction. Lovely. Off-red is Ucapian Serpent. When you got zombie dogs out, these little fellas here, you take 30% less damage. Okay? Absolutely brilliant. I love this item. It's very, very cool. You can use Henry's here if you want to, but that only works for the first hit. Okay? This is a passive one on all the time. Personally, I say Serpent is better, but each to their own. Lovely. Okay, guys, so 5 pieces of Helltooth set. Remember, you can get 6 piece bonus because of the Roaring Grandeur buff from season 16. So boots, legs, chest, helm, and shoulders. Or you can go Jerem, or you can go gloves. It's up to you. You can do vice versa, okay? In the helm, use an amethyst for more HP. You can opt for a diamond if you want to, for more cooldown reduction, if you want to cast your Gargantuans more often. Because the only way you can control your pets in this is recasting your Gargs onto the target. Say for instance these PTR vendor here is the elite pack. Okay, you would cast your Gargs on it and it would resummon at his feet there, see that? Then they start fighting him sort of thing. That's the only control you have on this. And after this is on a 60-second cooldown timer, which in my opinion needs to be changed. This needs to be changed, please change it, man. We've been asking for so long now, so long. Please change it. Just bring it down to 45 seconds at least, same as dogs, please. Lovely. Okay then, so where are we? Witcher now, guys, gives you this huge damage buff as well. You know, it's all about the DPS on this one especially, so make sure you're using a Witching Hour. It's very, very important. Pop this on. The extra CHD and attack speed, man. Makes you wreck. Makes you a little bit more squishy, but you want to use this. This is your best belt. Ring, like we said, guys, we've added a CoE to the build, which does a rotational elemental damage bonus. Once it hits cold, like it is now, the Gargantuans will absolutely wreak havoc on your targets, okay? We'll smash the hell out of them. First legendary gem, of course, is Enforcer, which gives you more pet damage and pet vulnerability. Your pets will never die with this legendary gem on. Lovely. Guys, we're using the Endless Walk set, of course, as well, which is the Compass Rose and the Traveler's Pledge combo. Basically, when you're standing still, you get stopping for directions buff. 100% multiplication damage bonus is enormous, so try to stand still as much as you can, if possible. And then as you walk around, you get 50% damage reduction while you're moving around, so it lets you transition nicely to the next elite pack. You want to be pushing to elites all the time. Okay, Bane and Trapped, this gem will be procced by the Gargs at range because they are cold, and also Necrosis from the set bonus here will proc it for everything. All your dogs, Gargs, everything, okay? And even this as well, because Wall of Death is cold as well, so this will proc at any range. It's very, very nice, man. It's got a nice nice unison to the build. Travel Punch, guys, last gem, because it's a GR pushing solo build, always use Stricken for Rift Guardian damage. Without this, it would take forever to kill him, okay? One other option you can do, though, if you want to play at pure range, you can use a Zeostone of Vengeance instead of Stricken, but I don't recommend this. But on hardcore, it's quite nice. You can play at like super long range, keep it well away from that Rift Guardian, and the pets will wreck, okay? Because the damage is calculated from your character to the target, not from the pets of the target. With Zeostone of Vengeance, this was changed a few patches ago now, so you can go that route. I've done it on hardcore before. It's actually quite nice, but you will eventually hit a wall though on the Rift Guardian DPS. Lovely. Okay, guys, Tasker and Theos as well, which makes all your pets attack a lot faster. Don't worry too much about getting the perfect pair of Tasker and Theos like I have here. I was so fortunate to get a perfect pair of Taskers. I still can't believe it. Gargantuans don't use anything over 40% attack speed on Taskers, okay, because their attack animation is kind of fixed. It will affect the dogs, though. It will affect the healing from your dogs, okay? So if you can't get really good Taskers, wear a Germ and then put the Taskers in the queue, okay? Or if you get a really good pair of Taskers, just wear these and put Germ in the queue, vice versa, okay? Lovely. Okay, so last sort of gear. I forgot to mention the Kumbas. Guys, the Kumbas Ornament, man. 6% damage reduction per stack, so 60%. Okay, 60% damage reduction. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Right, so last items, guys, is in the cube. Furnace, elite damage, basically 50%. Mask of Jerem, like I said, you can wear Jerem and put on Helltooth gloves, vice versa. Depends what you want to do. 200% extra pet damage. And key to the build, guys, of course, is the short man's finger. This makes your one guard go into 3 smaller Gargantuans, but hit way, way harder. 650 per one. It's massive. Massive, massive, massive. Okay, guys, so with the CoE, you can use this, but if you want to, if you're playing hardcore and you want to be more survivable in this build on Season 16 for the new patch, you can pop in a Unity and then use a Unity combo on your follower. So you can do it this way for hardcore, which would actually be quite nice, because this build, it does sustain well, but sometimes you can be spiked down a little bit. It's having a Unity combo in this for Season 16 for hardcore, and this build is great for hardcore as well. It's very, very good. It's a favourite of a lot of the community. So this would be a good option to do it this way as well, and you gain some elite damage. Another option you can do, but it will impact your healing, is Torment's Finger. Okay, you can put a Torment's Finger in. This is buffed by the set, and what it do, it'll give you one massive dog, okay? It will just give you the one big dog, okay? You do use Leeching Beast to heal yourself in this build, and it won't heal you like as nowhere near as much as all the smaller dogs, okay? But it will hit bloody hard. You know, it will hit hard. So if you're very comfortable in your, in your plane of this build and you're not really taking much damage, you're dodging really well and all that, you can change the dog over to, say, a Rabid Dog for a DOT stack or a Fire Dog as well, so it's up to you. But overall, if you're pushing in this build, you really want to use the CoE for Season 16 overall. But for hardcore, I highly suggest the Unity combo, because it'll just keep you up. It'll just keep you up much, much easier. Right, let's go to skills and then we'll go do a rift, okay? Okay, guys, so Wall of Death Communion with Spirits. Basically, you always want to keep this up all the time to achieve your 6-piece bonus. It's very, very important to the build. And also, remember, you can break doors with this spell as well on the edge of the ring. Anything that touches the edge of the ring will take that 25% damage reduction, especially on the Rift Guardian. He wants to take so much Stricken on this as well, so always hit it with the outside on the Rift Guardian on this ring. We'll do that during the Rift in a second. Piranha's Piranha. Okay, man, so basically this gives you a damage bonus, and it's a grouping aspect. With this build, you want to charge into the mobs, okay? So say this dude's an elite pack, you want to pull like loads and loads of trash, cast your Wall of Death over here, pull loads and loads of trash to this one point, get loads of mobs around you, go to the elite pack, hit the Spirit Walk, cast your Gargantuan, and then nado all the mobs into that one spot, and then the guards will do the rest, okay? Then as you're killing everything, your cooldown's a trigger, then you can rotate your Spirit Walk, and just sit in a big pile of trash, just getting demolished by your Gargantuans. It's very, very, very fun, man. It's very, very cool. Lovely. Gargantuan Homuncle, guys. The Ric Flair of Diablo 3, baby. This is the only one that does that goddamn cleave, baby. Woo! I wish, Blizzard, could you please, 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 it's on cooldown, but can you please, please, please make it so that other runes cleave, okay? Because it would be so cool to have, like, other Gargantuan can do this cleave, Bruiser cleave, fucking, like, imagine that stun on that one. Restless Giant would be awesome, The poison garg as well, big stinker, you know. All they need is a cleave, and we've got some new builds for the witch doctor. Please give us cleave and the gargs, man. I've been asking for such a long time, you know. Imagine Restless Giant with cleave. I'd love to use this room, but you can't use it. All these rooms, guys, are not viable for anything past T13 right now. It's only Humongo, because this is the only one that cleaves into the mobs to create area damage. All these ones are just single targets, and they're absolutely dreadful. But if I could choose anything, I would use Restless Giant. If this cleaved, I'd be so happy. I'd be so, please change it, man. Come on. Come on, man. I've been shooting game 6 years. Let's go. Anyway, guys, Humongo is the one you want to use at the moment. Okay, guys, Soul Harvest Languish. This gives you a 100% armor buff. Jacks up your intelligence as well, because Sacred Harvest combo. Keep this up to 10 stacks all the time. Okay. Spirit Walk Severance. This gives us a huge movement speed buff. You can use Jawn. Gives you an extra 1 second of damage immunity, which is kind of nice. So if there's a lot of really bad effects going off, like bombs and God knows what, arcane beams, you get an extra 1 second out of this. But overall, I do think Severance is your best bet. This lasts 2 seconds of damage immunity, but it lets you move super quick, man. It's, I mean, it can really get you putting a lot of mobs to one spot and, you know, really wrecking them, man. That's nice. Okay, Summer Zombie Dogs, Leeching Beast. Now, what Leeching Beast does is they heal you for 100% of your life on hit with every attack. Okay, so you've got 4 dogs in this build, okay? So you want to make sure you've got life on hit in the build somewhere, okay? So you either want it on your bracer, okay? You've got life on hit there. You either want it on your bracer or your helm, okay? Then roll the other item to vitality, okay? Helm or bracer? I suggest the bracer, because that way you can get up to 1,000 vitality on the helm, okay? Try to get in your bracer, so cold, intel, crit, life per hit, okay? If you want to make yourself really tanky, say for hardcore, you could give up your intelligence roll here, if you get the right item rolled correctly in second halves of 2 life on hit. And you'll just be regenerating like crazy. It's filthy, man. It's really good. Especially when you've got like Captain Taskers in your build, because you just see hit bar bars go just straight back up. It's cool. It's such a cool little build. Okay, guys, so that's all the base skills there. For passives, Pierce the Vow. With Pierce the Vow, it lets you play at range, which is really nice. So say you're on the Rift Guardian, and he's a really nasty one, saying like, I don't know, Hamlet or something like that. You can go right to the edge of the screen. So a little dirty attack. You can go right to the edge of the screen and just let your pets tank him over there. You can just hide in a corner. Okay, so all you got to do is cast your Wall of Death and Nado on the Rift Guardian to proc some Stricken stacks. So you can play this way, or you can play close range and just go Confidence Ritual. Okay, like this way. To push this build to the extreme limit, though, you actually want to give up your Spirit Vessel. Don't do this on hardcore though, because you know once you're dead, you're dead. Okay, so what you can do, you can go Confidence Ritual and Pierce and give up your self rest. Okay, you can go this way. But only do this on hardcore if you're really comfortable, man. And I would highly suggest doing that Unity thing we was talking about earlier as well, if you do go that way. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to play the close range one because it's one I'm most familiar with. So Confidence Rush Guides or Pierce, it's up to you. But like I said, you can give it this one for the next damage buff as well on top. Also, you can actually use Gruesome Feast as well. You know, if you get a load of globes on the go from a Kill Elite pack, gobble these up and have a big DPS boost for a little while as well. Gravely Justice gives us cooldown and maximum mana and life every time we kill one target within 20 yards as well, which is really nice. It heals you, gives you power cooldown, so you can cycle your Spirit Walk and your Nado and all that sort of stuff. Midnight Feast gives us an extra dog as well, which is kind of nice. And increases the damage by these pets by an extra 50%. You've got to have this in the build, otherwise it won't work. And the Spirit Vessel for self-res. Lovely. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we're going to do a Jar 100. It's just a mechanical video, not a push video. But this will go pretty high. I've already done 110, I think, on this with Paragon. I've taken my Paragon points out, which has got movement speed and a little bit of Vit right now. And let's go do 100 and we'll go over some tactics on how to play this, man. Alright, let's go. Alright, first thing first, guys. Get your dogs out. Get your gargs out. Get Wall of Death up straight away. Get 10 Soul Harvest stacks. Cast Nado. And then you kind of just stand around, okay? And just dodge stuff, okay? It's super lazy. If you see a pool power like this, get in there, okay? Pool powers from the Oculus Ring on the follower. Doesn't proc it that much on the Wish of the Pet builds, unfortunately. Remember, when you're standing still, you're going to generate the stopping for directions buff. You can just see your pets here, look, bang, nice little trillion crit there. Just wreck them. On the cold rotation, that's when you can see your biggest damage. But let's see if we can find a pack now and round up a load of mobs around it and just blow it up. Oh, I've got a shield as well, sweet. Right, keep that stack up. Always keep, you're always looking for Jerem's Revenge buff, okay? Always keep this up. If that's not on, then you're gonna have no damage, okay? You've got to keep that up. There we go, there's some dudes there, right? So let's go and get as many mobs as we can now. I tend to use class sub Wall of Death. Right, we've got a dude here, mate. Unfortunately, he's a teleporter. So Nado, Gargantuan, dogs, recast your gogs as well, and just watch them die. Nado again. Every time Nado's up, just pull the other trash into the pack, because this is an area damage build. So the more mobs around that target, the more area damage your Gargantuans are going to use, okay? Also, guys, in the description of this video, there will be a Diablo fan's guide once they'll update their database, okay, for all the best rolls of all this gear, okay? Oh, there's another pack right there, damn it! There's another one right there! That's annoying. Okay, so we've got a pack here now. Let's try stand still. Still got a little bit of shield left, yeah. Just basically, what we've got to do is just look to dodge nasty stuff, okay? There we go. Remember, we're using concentration on this particular setup right now, so you want to be within 20 yards, which is around about here. Around about, oh, got fed. Around about here. And when you're fighting mobs like this, man, make sure you've got your wall of death on that target as well. Make sure, there's the ring there, so make sure it's connected. So that way, they just deal less damage to you. Especially for the Rift Guardian as well. I do love this build, man. It's an old classic. I do feel like, though, this needs more of a buff, though, on the PTR. Because after playing Jade and playing this, you know, don't get me wrong, this is nice, but it does feel like it needs a little bit more love. Whoa, that was close. Nasty taint mobs. Nasty, nasty taint mobs here. Yikes. You see the Leeching Beast heal on this, though, man. Leeching Beast heal is nasty, man. Like I said, yeah, you can opt for more heals from having a second life on here, especially on hardcore. God, this pack is annoying, mate. Let's recast here. Let's get all the stuff together. There we go, we've got it all together. Oh, it keeps moving, man. Stop moving! On this build, you particularly want melee packs. Okay, you want to have as many melee packs. Because right now we've got this annoying kiting dude who just won't stand still. One nice thing about this build as well, there's no ROE in it. So there's no casting Laborist or Local Swarm Haunt all the time to get your damage bonus. I mean, oh no, there's a bloody power pylon right there. Isn't that typical? It's always like that, isn't it? Just kill a pack. Oh, there's a power pylon right here, Toad. Oh, okay. Thanks, man. That could have been handy for that really hard pack I just had to fight. Oh my god. Right, let's go. Alright, let's go, baby. You've got to love a classic pet wave shot to build. But like I said, I do feel that right now on the PTR, even though like Zuni numbers especially seem quite high right now, it's kind of quite far behind Jade. Right, so I would like to see a buff. Instead of bringing Jade down, I would like to see all the other bullshit the builds go up. Whoa, we're dodging right now. We're dodging right now. What are the worst fixes you can have for this particular build from a Rift, so not from a Rift Guardian, from, well, I suppose some Rift Guardians, if they got freeze like that big cold demon dude, is actually Frozen. Okay, Frozen and Knockback are your worst enemies on this particular build, because you can knock your pets out of place, and it's going to be super frustrating. Freeze is super annoying, because if you're not killing anything, you're not resetting your cooldowns, okay? And it makes you vulnerable, okay? Because you want to be cycling that Spirit Walk as much as you can in a big trash pack and stuff like that. So Frozen and Knockback are some of the worst ones. Okay, we've got a pack here now. Remember, recast everything, not just your Gargantuans, do your dogs as well, because you want all the mobs to be in one spot. You know, you don't want your dogs off taking some trash over there when that could be in the middle of this pack here, generating area damage for you to kill this pack a lot quicker. So recast your dogs as well. What I would like to see, though, on the mini-map is a different coloured dots for different types of pets, okay? So sometimes, when it's all crazy like this, it's a bit hard to see what's going on. I'd like to see different coloured dots here on the mini-map. So maybe the Gargantuan ones could be, I don't know, bright red or something, you know? Just so I can know where they are, because sometimes it can be a lot hard to see, because Diablo is very noisy when it comes to, like, special effects. It doesn't really look cool as hell, but we try to see, where's my Gargs, you know? Where's my Gargs, man? I normally look at my mini-map just to see where they are a little bit. Give it a bit hard to see sometimes. Okay, we've got another pack here. So Nado, cast Gargantuans, and bring them all in. They get an absolute shrek. Obviously, the big damage spike happens on cold. If you see a poor power, though, from your follower there, I'm using Knuckles Ring. Jump in there. Frozen! Oh, no! Alright, there we go. We're okay, we're okay. We're okay. Like I said earlier, you went to extreme push this build. on softcore, just use both damage passives, so Pierce and the Confidence Ritual. It also makes it a bit more flexible. You can fight stuff at range that way as well. The Confidence Ritual, you have to be within 20 yards, like we're doing now. Oh, another pack. What's it got? Knockback. Oh, this is going to be one of the annoying ones now. So what you want to tend to do with a knockback mob like this, you want to try to put your back to a wall. It's going to be a bit tricky doing that now because of this, of all this arcane scene here. So now though, he's getting absolutely chomped on right now. Because once your pets, gargs especially, gets knocked out of position, you just lose all your damage. You've got to try to keep your gargs right on top. Thankfully, my pets didn't get knocked out that back because they were stuck in this little spot here. It was actually okay. You know, don't just get knocked back to this wall here, so it wasn't too bad. So try to back your pets. Try to have your pets, you know, your gargs back to the wall if you have knockback, if possible. It's kind of tricky. There's a lot of micromanagement there, but it's one of those micromanagements that makes this build so engaging and challenging, man, and fun actually. Can be a bit frustrating though. Can be a bit frustrating sometimes though. Especially when like you're fighting Elite Pack and you know your Gargantuan's punching a rat on the other side of the screen. You're like, what are you doing? You like your guards off cooldown. You know, it's annoying. Bit of cheeky conduit now. Let's go, go, go. But right now, if you recast your guards and die, you've got a 60-second cooldown time to contend with, which will basically make or break your rift. Okay, which is horrible. It's absolutely horrible, man. So that's why I've been asking for cooldown reduction on guards for such a long time, man. Just 15 seconds would be great. There's a poor power there, but we're not using Pierce, so there's no point in me going to it. There we go. Goatman Spearman, nasty. We are using Endless Walks here, so we've got damage reduction. UK beat servants will give us 30%, and the dogs are healing us constantly, so you should be able to push through this stuff. Well, see, if I was using my Paragon points, I would have a lot more toughness. One trick, guys, you can do actually is if your pets are out of position, your guard is sort of cooldown. What you can do, you can pull back, and your pets will teleport to you. Just pay attention to where they're popping up, and you can kind of get them back together again until everything's back of cooldown, like now. And then we can go wreck them. Oh my god, look at that damage there. Look, bam, 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 bam. That was cold rotation there. Oh, almost got procced there. Ghosts are nasty on this build. Ghosts are nasty, full stop. Right, here we go then. We have got Rhyme. Nice. Okay, man, so just over 20 yards. Oh, just pop back a little bit. To be honest, Helltooth Garg is one of the laziest builds for Rift Guardian fights in the game. It's absolutely brilliant. If I was using Pierce the Veil right now, I could just do this. I could just do this and hide around the corner. Right now, my damage bonus is not working from Confidence Ritual. But like I said, if you was playing the meta version of this build, so Confidence and Pierce, you could just hide in around the corner and kill the Rift Guardian. It's very, very dirty, man. Well, let's just dodge all this stuff. But I've got to be within 20 yards now. Which can kind of tricky on Rhyme because he's casting all this nasty effects. Right about from here to here, it's roughly 20 yards, roughly. Cast your Nado and your Wall of Death, the edge of the Wall of Death on him as much as possible. So we're going to be around about there, okay? That way it'll proc the damage reduction and stricken stacks. And boom, there you go, he's dead. Any reds? Oh, give me a red on a video, man. It's not fair. It's not fair. Ah, right, let's up some grades from gems, man, for some more video content, guys. Lovely, there you go, guys. That is Helltooth Gargantuan for patch 264 for Season 16. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Thanks very much for watching it, man. Enjoy it. It's a classic build, man. It's very, very fun. But it does need, in my opinion, a bit of a buff, please. Come on. Okay, guys, so thanks very much for watching the video. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If not, give it a thumbs down. There will be a build guide for this video once Diablo Fans has updated their website, okay? So it will have all the best rolls for this year, okay? But if you just go over the video, you can see all the gear rolls anyway. Lovely, guys. Thanks very much. Have fun in Sanctuary, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Thanks for watching, man. Thanks for watching. Oh, this is fun. Big shout out also, guys, for everyone who subbed on Patreon. Thank you guys so much, man, for supporting me during this tricky period of Diablo right now. Thank you very, very much. Okay, guys, thanks very much. I will see you in the next video. Take care. Enjoy.